Welcome back. Spring weather expected to approach soon. Drivers should be buckling up, though, for higher gasoline prices. Fox Business's Jeff Flock is live in front of a gas station in Philadelphia this morning. Jeff.
Gas station on every corner here on North Broad Street in Philadelphia this morning. But wherever you go, not only here in Philadelphia, but elsewhere around the country, you're seeing the prices tick up slowly. Take a look at the latest numbers. National average now $3.38 for the average gallon of regular. That's up about a dime in the last week and up about a quarter in the last month, almost where we were this time a year ago. Where is it worst? Well, as it often is out on the West Coast, California, about $1.50 more expensive than the national average. Hawaii, Washington, Nevada, also up there big time. You ask why? Why is this? Well, there have been some refinery issues that have had a role in it, but mainly it's the price of oil, which has been ticking up as well. We're up about almost 1% this morning in early trading, and it's been up, well, steadily over the course of the past 3 months or so. Why is that? Well, not really because of U.S. oil production. You know, we talked to Andy Lipow of Lipow Associates, the oil analyst, who said, you know, we make a lot about President Biden's war on oil, but he says, really, the president is doing about as well as the Russians in Ukraine. Not so well. Listen.
In spite of the Biden administration policies that seek to limit fossil fuel production, we've seen the oil industry rise to the occasion and now is producing a record 13.3 million barrels a day of crude oil.
That's right, pretty consistent production, Maria. And in November, we hit an all-time record. 13.319 million barrels per day of production. We've had 5 months in a row over 13 million barrels per day. You know, this, though, presents a bit of a political problem for President Biden. You know, you'd think he'd be out there trumpeting the fact that there's been more oil production in his administration than any in history. But he didn't really want to do that because there's a lot of people in his party and people that support him who say they don't really want to see that kind of oil production. Interesting spot to be in.
Yeah. No. Senator Elizabeth Warren does not want to hear that from President Biden, that's for sure. Thank you so much, Jeff. Jeff Flock this morning in Philly. I'm surprised he's even allowing that to happen, Adam, given his lockdown on fossil fuels.
Well, he's been pandering to the far left side of his party ever since he came into office. And yet we are capable of producing more oil. And if we did that, just think what would happen. We would push the price of oil down, which would hurt Russia. It would hurt Iran. And all of a sudden it would change the conversation with China because we'd be able to supply China with oil. Which, you know, you could say, well, why would we help China? Well, actually, you know, the second largest economy in the world needs oil, and you want them to be able to succeed. Otherwise, it's destabilizing.
Well, this conversation, this issue in and of itself is at the heart of not just economic policy and economic prosperity, but national security as well.